Okay, so right now we're at the Glen Canyon Dam near Page, Arizona, and we're going to go check out the dam. There's a nice little walkway that you can go across here. And this is the visitor center, Carl Hayden Visitor Center. So let's walk out and check out this overwalk. Looking over the beautiful Lake Powell and the Glen Canyon Dam down here. And let me tell you, this dam is huge. And if you look way down in the bottom, you can see the power station. And I'm going to just kind of pan around and then come up the other side of the dam. And here you go. Quite an engineering feat, to say the least. We'll go all the way across the top of the dam, and you can see the season's greeting sign out there. Go back out, and then come over to the other side of the dam. Pretty cool. Let's head over to Big Bend, or to the Horseshoe Bend. Okay, so we got to Horseshoe Bend late in the afternoon and walking on out there, shooting a 360 video. As you can see, I got my 360 camera going, and we're going to try to get down there and get a really good overlook view. Of the Horseshoe Bend. She's camera shy. Good looking too. All right, you ready for a mind-blowing view, honey? Follow me right here.
My exercise.
Okay, so it's late afternoon up here on Horseshoe Bend, and it's crowded as all get out. But as you can see, the sun is getting really close to setting. So we're going to stay for the sunset, but you can look down in there and see the actual Horseshoe Bend. And it is beautiful. Even though it's crowded, it's really beautiful to see. And then you can see how the river just snakes right on around the bend here. This ought to be a really good sunset tonight. They do look pretty healthy. Well, that one's right on the side of the road. What are you shooting with a GoPro?
Little GoPro.
Okay, we're here at the Wave. This is our tour guide's wagon, and this is our tour guide, Tyler.
Morning. Gonna be a beautiful day.
Yes, indeed. And Tyler, thank you so much for taking time to accommodate us.
My pleasure.
We hope this slow old fat guy and this skinny looking pretty girl here don't slow you down too much. All right, so let's do this thing. Here we go.
And I'll show you the spots that people most commonly like to get a shot, and you can say yay or nay.
Well, you haven't given us a bad piece of advice yet,
All
so
right.
I'm going to go on your word. What does this sign to your left say?
This is the first photo spot.
Oh, okay.
This is the Wire Pass Trailhead.
Alrighty.
So if you'd like a shot standing next to it,
Oh, that'd be
looking
great.
fresh and excited and ready to go.
Instead of going home.
And well, we're just now starting the hike to the wave. And anyway, we're going to see how well this old fat man handles this. I think we're going to have a win today. Let's roll.
And can you remove it from that gimbal?
No, it's all one piece.
And this is where we'll cut up. And you'll see a sign right there, but it's hidden by the sagebrush. And a lot of times people make their first mistake right here and continue on down the wash.
Oh,
And you
man.
don't know it.
Over here, you're just gonna keep going.
You wouldn't know it for another 3/4 of a mile until you're down into Wire Pass Lock Canyon.
Hence why we got a guide. Here we go.
Now this is the 400-foot net elevation gain.
Alrighty. We can do it. Get the blood flowing. This is the first ascent of the hike to the wave. Cut the old heart pumping, but we're going to get it done. Looking across the valley at a beautiful sunrise. Goodness gracious.
Pine cone.
It is. Wow. See, it's like wooden. Looks almost.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Wow, it's like a little shell. Well, the sun is up now. And boy, look out there. That is so beautiful. Look how the whole canyon's starting to light up. Man, that's
We were
pretty.
22 degrees to start today.
22 degrees when we started.
Start moving and get the blood pumping.
Okay, we've come back down a little bit. You can see the sun is behind that mountain over there. But take a look at how it just lights up this valley. Man, is that beautiful or what? And then over here, on these distant ridges, you can see where the sun is actually starting to light up the tops of those. Man, it's pretty. Yeah, check out this big wash. Tell you, I like how the sun is shining on those hills down the end of it.
Now, up to this point, really anybody can come without a permit, but this is where the Coyote Beach North permit takes effect. So you become official as we cross into this.
You're official.
You are official.
I'm your guest. He's our guide. You're the official one.
And great spot for a photo here if you want it. Entering the
gonna
permit
say.
zone.
That's pretty cool.
Quickly pair margaritas, beers, all that.
Now this ascent is called what again, Tyler?
The saddle.
The Saddle. Looking up, you can see the sun.
Just like a tall mountain, boy. The saddle between them.
Or I can give you a hand and help you out. Trust those shoes.
Be careful.
Oh my God. Wow. Dude, what a view.
How's that for a morning view?
My gosh. Holy camoly.
Always think about how much I miss. And that, look at the beach. I did that. It's so beautiful in the morning.
Stay right there, honey. Here's Tyler, our tour guide, and Gina. Show me your permit.
Big winner.
Look at the view down there. The area here, Tyler, what do we call this area we're walking across now?
We're
We're still in the.
just entering Coyote Buttes North,
Okay,
up from the saddle.
so we're walking on a sloped area here, and I presume we're going to crest that hill?
We are.
Okay.
Straight ahead you can see the next trail marker listing.
Oh, okay, I do see it.
Boy,
You okay, dear?
my rubber band. This is why I shouldn't practice with you. I wanna see this.
Alrighty, so coming up on another trail marker. Look at those mountains over there, though. They're beautiful.
And nobody's oh, sorry. The meals are pretty close. Everybody's got it online.
Is one that is commonly listed and may have been on the map that they provided you. When we get to the Twin Buttes, we will cut up to the right side that's in the shade, and when we are there, we're essentially at the halfway mark.
Wow.
So mile and a
That's
half.
the Twin Buttes.
And mileage-wise, it's a little over the halfway mark. Halfway mark's right down here by that next trail sign. But
Okay, so we're coming up on the halfway point. Man, would you look at this. Right ahead is the Twin Buttes, which is one of the landmarks while hiking out here to the wave. Amazing. Okay, now we're on the back side of the Twin Buttes, and right in the middle of it is Plateau Rock. Is that right, Tyler? And then we just came through this little cut. But look at the color of the mountain behind it. All the different layers. Yeah, I know I sound like a stuck record, but I think my best hike up to today has just been eclipsed. Let's roll. I can't say enough good about this guide. He is so full of knowledge and out to make sure everybody has a good, safe trip. And he's patient. Here we are on another amazing view.
now, from here, we have the area of the wave in our sights. If you look off in the distance, that highest mesa, we have a vertical crevice running right down it.
Oh, crack rock, yeah.
Beneath that vertical crevice are two clusters of what we call brain rock, and that's where the wave is.
Really?
We've got it in our sights. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember on one of the YouTube channels, they nicknamed that crack rock.
Crack rock.
Yeah. Or plumber's rock or something like that.
I've heard many different names. For it.
Flowers.
Some of them I won't mention.
Yes. I'm just kind of wondering, when God made this, was he in a really good mood or a bad mood?
That'd be good.
I think he was pretty happy.
There's only good things out here.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad about this. That plateau rock is, dude, that's over the top right there. Man.
Yeah.
All right, well, shall we meander towards the wave?
Yeah, do the same thing that we've already done here.
Okay, so Tyler pointed out something really cool here. We have a stark contrast in both a living and a dead Utah juniper. Pretty impressive. Tyler, refresh my memory. What did you say this type of rock is called?
Polygonal cracking.
Polygonal cracking. That is impressive. I would assume that happened from when it was actually wet and it dried up, maybe?
And then weathering over that.
Man, look at that.
Really gonna start seeing more of that wave-like.
Looks like a wave warm-up, don't it?
The preview. The primer. Yeah, anything that's purple should have a little more moldiness.
Just had to make a pan over here. Looks like we have some company. I better catch up.
To stop, looking back, you're going to see the sandstone going in different directions.
Yeah.
You see one section going this way, another going that way. It's called cross-bedded sandstone. And cross-bedding was dependent on the prevailing winds of the era that those were laid down. So you would have had wind-blown sand dunes going this direction and then that direction and so on. So any change in direction that we see is cross-bedded sandstone.
Okay.
And in some of the sections you'll see some interesting swirling patterns. It's not quite linear like the others. That's called soft sediment deformation.
Soft sediment deformation.
Some people made out here.
And so that's caused by the wind, then, huh?
Yeah, this 190 million years ago, this would have been more like the Sahara Desert, wind-blown sand dunes, not hardened sandstone. And so the cross-bedding was dependent on the prevailing winds at the time.
That is
With
crazy.
those winds shifting, that's where you get the different directions. And over time, as the sand continues to pile up, immense pressure, it goes through the hardening or lithification. So what was once sand dunes is now sandstone. And 15 million years ago, the Colorado Plateau experiences regional uplift. All of this goes from a lower elevation to the current elevation 15 million years ago.
Wow.
And since then, wind and water erosion has re-exposed a lot of those original sand dunes and carved out what we know today as the wave that had two amazing sections that produced that saddle, exposing all of that original cross-bedding and soft sediment deformation.
Now, if I may ask you, the gray-colored stone on the top.
Yeah, picture during wet periods, sandstone being so porous, it would basically leach out all of the iron in those sections.
Oh.
And that's how we get the different colors. You know, the layers, the cross bedding are pretty linear, and then you'll get colors that go cross sections. That's with the porous nature of the sandstone.
Oh,
that mineral
okay.
content can leach down across different layers. So all the coloring is basically bleached out in those upper sections. You see that a lot over at that white pocket area that we talked about earlier. That pure white rock.
That's impressive. This print here is called the Utah Raptor. Is that right,
Yep.
Tyler? And that's from the Jurassic Age. I don't believe I'd want that thing to grab a hold of me. Now we're looking at the dinosaur track wall. You see them right down in there. Those are really made good there. I would be remiss if I didn't shoot out this way too.
Everywhere you look.
Something interesting Tyler pointed out, if you look at that rock right there, that is the border between Utah and Arizona. And right now, I am standing in Utah, and right now, I am in Arizona. We're on the final stretch to the wave. It should be breathtaking. Looks like the lighting's going to play real nice too. Okay, that's called, what did you say that is again?
It's a green leaf manzanita and
Oh.
stays green like that year round.
Oh wow,
100 degrees in the summer or freezing in the winter.
that's amazing. That must be quite durable then. Now what we're doing now is starting to make the final ascent into the wave. And our guide here is showing us the safest route to take. So I'm going to stop recording now so I can focus on not falling and see you at the wave. And we're having to come up a pretty sheer cliff here, so it's a little bit technical, if you will, but if you look way down there, you can see the sand that we hiked through on our way over. And here's where we have to go. We're going to go up through that cut, and that'll take us into the wave. Tyler, what's this rock called here again?
This is ginger rock.
Ginger rock. Got a pretty cool view of the sun just peeking around the edge of it. And looks like we're getting pretty close to the wave. Okay, now looking ahead, you can see the entrance to the wave and notice the rock formations and all the layers and colors. I think it goes without saying that Gina's pretty happy. We waited several years for this, and here we go. Here it is, the wave. Oh my gosh. This is just crazy. Oh my gosh. What do you think, dear?
Wow.
No words, right?
That's the only word.
Tyler, you're awesome, brother.
My pleasure. I'm
I said when I got here I had to do a lot.
glad to be a part of it with you. But more impressively
I
is
bet
we
they
have,
turn them into frogs quick. They have to.
they have to. More impressively is a tadpole shrimp that we get. And
Tadpole shrimp?
Tadpole shrimp, it's a 340 million year old species. It can lay eggs in the water, and that water can dry out, and those eggs can lay dormant in the sandstone for decades. And then the right conditions hit, and next thing you know, you've got tadpole shrimp swimming around. This is one where we commonly do have those shrimp. So right now in this sandstone, we do have the eggs of those tadpole shrimp lying dormant as we're walking.
Wow.
You don't think of shrimp in the desert?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so we are deep in the wave now, and Tyler has led us out to another really awesome vantage point. And I'm gonna make you wait a second for it. It is unbelievable. Would you look at that? Let's do a pan here. You can look down and see into the wave. Let's zoom in for a closer look.
And if you look up behind us, we have Top Rock Arch, and you can see a group sitting inside.
Oh, I do see it. The arch up there. Okay, something really neat we just happened upon here. There's a frozen little pool of water on our way up to the second wave. And so let's keep on trucking up the hill. Take a look at all the different colors in the rocks here. Here's one, even looks like a heart. It's pretty cool. second wave. And I would say this is 100% worth the hike. Another little pool of water down there. This rock, all the deformations in there, what is that called again, Tyler?
Soft sediment deformation.
Soft sediment deformation. Now, how does that occur? Just
It's
because?
like sand that then gets wet. So muddy sand dunes that then you get the wet that's cascading down, the mud that's flowing down, like you would melting ice cream or a big mud bubble.
Oh, okay.
Yep, soft sediment deformation.
Let's take a little bit closer look at this. Man, that is crazy. Okay, so we're leaving the wave now and beginning the trek back to the vehicle. Take us probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. We got about 3 miles to go, maybe 3.5, and we should be there. So, a lot of really neat stuff to see, and the lighting here is just unbelievable because it's different time of day, obviously, than when we came in. Trucking along, heading back to the truck. Coming across a lot of sandstone here. Pretty easy to hike though. Just made a pretty big climb. That's why I'm a little bit out of breath. coming down and we'll go through a wash, and then we don't have much further to go and we'll be back at the truck. This has been nothing short of amazing, and a big shout out to Tyler, our guide. He's amazing. Okay, so we finished the big descent, nobody fell, and now we're on the Coyote Wash. About a half mile to go, and we're going to call this thing a victory. Okay, so we got about the last little tiny bit, and this hike will be in the books. Well, by golly, we did it. Truly an amazing experience. Okay, well, day 3 of the Wild West adventure, and we had just set sail for Bryce Canyon, but we made a little stop at the Waweep Overlook, and take a look at down there. This is Lake Powell, and there's a great big old marina down there. I can imagine that's a happening place in the summertime. And then we just pan on over to the right, and you can look down and see the dam, the Glen Canyon Dam. It's beautiful down there. Okay, so we made another flag stop on the way over to Bryce, and this is actually the Lone Rock Overlook here. It's pretty cool. It's actually part of the National Recreational Area. And so we're looking at that, and let's look on down one of the fingers of Lake Powell over here. And you can see part of the marina in the distance. Zoom back out, and then we can come back across to where the rock is. Gosh, this is a beautiful area here. Here we are on the scenic drive, Highway 89. Got about 70 miles to go to get to Bryce Canyon. I've been talking this park up to her for the last couple years, and I hope she enjoys it as much as I do. Love you, honey. Alrighty. This ought to be just an amazing experience. I've never been to Bryce this time of year. I've been in October and I've been in June and enjoyed both times. Okay, we just arrived at Sunset Point up here in Bryce Canyon, and Gina is just a few minutes away from her first look at the hoodoos. Honey, slow down. Walk with me. Okay, just keep them down. Keep them down. Keep them down. I want to get this video. Put your hands over here. Keep looking down. All right, look out straight in front of you.
Wow. Wow. I love it.
Welcome to the land of the hoodoos. Honey, this is the largest group of hoodoos in the world.
It's amazing how they're just in the place. I love it. What mountain is that way there?
Well, honey, what do you think of the hoodoos?
Love it. Love them.
Okay, so we're looking over Sunset Point here, and I never get tired of these hoodoos. We got full sun right now, and it's getting on to a little bit later in the afternoon, and so you can start to see that some of the tops of them have the sun while the lower ones are shadowed. And then right up in the distance is Thor's Hammer. Okay, after a nice leisurely drive, we have reached the summit of the Bryce Canyon National Park at Rainbow Point, 9,115 feet above sea level. And would you look at that pretty girl right there? So, was my assessment of Bryce Canyon correct?
Yes, it was. It's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so we've left Rainbow Point now, and we're heading back down Bryce Canyon. Kind of looking at the clouds. I'm hoping that it'll give way to a good sunset tonight, which we've got about an hour and a half until sunset. So we're going to see what we get. Okay, so we're coming up into Black Birch Canyon now. And this is another beautiful overlook. I'd like to point out the snow in here. It is so beautiful. I was hoping we'd have snow. Take a look over on that ridge line there. Look, I love that snow. Isn't that pretty? Hey, we are now at Ponderosa Point. What a beautiful place. This is a couple ladies we met a few minutes ago. And
oh, that's okay. Hold on.
so we're coming up on the Natural Bridge overlook, and Jana's already over there shooting pictures, videos. Take a look at this little signboard here. Now let's look at the Natural Bridge. Man, that's so beautiful. Okay, so we're on our way up to Inspiration Point, and we're hoping to get some good sunset colors this evening, and we'll play it by ear and see what happens. Okay, so it is official sunset now, and lo and behold, the clouds are starting to pop. If you'll look over here, you'll see they're starting to get some color to them. And I'm hoping for a really good vivid pop here. Let's zoom in a little bit closer and have a look. Oh, that's gonna be a nice one. And just look off in the distance. My gosh, this is incredible. Oh, I'm glad we came up here. Let's zoom in for a closer look. I call that a winner chicken dinner. Great day in the morning. Okay, the last view of the sunset. This is looking over to the west, and just feast your eyes on this. Well, we hit the jackpot tonight. Wow. Okay, so we're at Checkerboard Mesa, and this is number 2 of Utah's Mighty 5 for Gina. I've done all 5, and she seems to be enjoying it quite a bit. Morning light is beautiful. You can stand in it. You notice, honey, how it looks just like a checkerboard.
It's like the polygon.
All right, so we're at another turnout up here at Zion. And what a gorgeous, gorgeous view. I love that big old hole in the side of that hill. Take a look up here. Look, a great big old chunk fell out of that hill, that mountain. Okay, so now we just finished driving through the Mount Carmel Tunnel, and we stopped at the first turnout here, and the lighting on these hills, or I should say mountains, this morning is just nothing short of superb. Honey, first time I was up here, there was snow on them. What is not to love about that? Okay, so we're getting close to Valley of Fire, and this will be our last visit, or our last stop on the Wild West Tour 2025. Okay, so we just arrived at Valley of Fire State Park, and what a beautiful place. Gorgeous place. Okay, so entering the park, we decided to check out these two big rock formations, and we actually hiked on top of them. Pretty cool. We haven't really officially entered the park yet. I can see the pay station up ahead, so we're gonna go up there and pay our fee and head in. Okay, so we just arrived at Atlatl Rock here, And Gina and I are going to go look at the petroglyphs. A little bit of a climb up some stairs, and then we'll go up to see the petroglyphs. Here's some of the petroglyphs.